That is the only way that the day will be a successful one for us. Because it is clear that nothing really happens until we make it happen. People make things happen. Things do not just happen. People make things happen. And until we rise up and set things into place, set matters into places, then we will be having problems. We'll be having issues. We'll continue having conversations around problems that we are dealing with. You know, most times we will only complain and say, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But as far as we have not sat up and said, okay, what can we do? How do we make sure that this thing that is going wrong is set aright? This thing that is going this way, this direction, is set aright. How do we do it? How do we do it? The truth of the matter is that it doesn't matter how many times we complain. It will make no difference until we stand up, fold our clothes. Whatever you're wearing, you fold it. Fold the hands. If you want to fold your trouser, you fold your trouser and get to work. That is the only way that will have a solution. And I want to inform you this morning that, as you know, we are streaming live on various platforms. We are streaming live on FM. 102.1 FM on your radio. Just go to 102.1 FM and you will be able to listen to Radio Biafra if you are in Biafra land and in some parts of the zoo. We are also streaming live on satellite. Therefore, there is no way you can say that you do not have an opportunity to listen to Radio Biafra. We are also on various apps such as Radio Biafra app and IPOB Community Radio app. These are apps that you can download from any app store. Easy to use, easy to download, very, very low data usage. Someone here said you can use 200 Rand, 200 Naira data for as long as, I can't remember how long the guy said, whether it is 2 weeks or 1 month. But the fact of the matter is that this is a very low data usage apps. There are radios. The time you spend on Facebook and all these apps, you spend here and still have change. So therefore, there is no reason why you cannot download these apps. We are also streaming live on our websites, ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. On our website, we are streaming live. If you go to these websites right now, you'll be listening to the sound of my voice from that website. And on Facebook, yes, we are there. Go to Radio Biafra on Facebook. Alternatively, you can go to Sunrise on Radio Biafra. And so many other Facebook platforms are streaming Radio Biafra projects like this broadcast right now, such as Biafra Television, Biafra TV, such as IPOB, Rapture Media, such as several others stream it. Therefore, there is not only any reason for you to miss the broadcast, the Radio Biafra programs, but there is also no reason why people around you, why your loved ones cannot benefit from this gospel. There is absolutely no reason. Even on YouTube, we are streaming live on YouTube. Go on YouTube, you will find us. Therefore, I want to encourage each and every one of us to do the needful to ensure the restoration of Biafra. We must share this information with everyone that we can to ensure the restoration of Biafra. Now, today, this beautiful morning, I want to remind you that since the unification of Nigeria, we have been destroyed both in the time of war. Like Nigeria have only had one war, 1967 to 1970, and that was a genocidal war. Just one war, and it was a genocide. So, in the time of war, like that one, and in the time of peace, like you have today, or like you have in the 1962, when the election of Nigeria was rigged, their first election was rigged, or the peace of 1999, when Obasanjo was brought into Nigeria. Whether 1967 to 1970, that is the time of Nigerian war, genocidal war against Biafrans, or the other times that can be described as the time of peace for Nigeria, there has always been something that both times have in common. There is one thing that both times have in common, and it is the destruction of Nigerians. The destruction of those who see themselves as Nigerians, those who have been forced into this relationship of Nigeria, those who are the indigenous people residing in the location that is classified as Nigeria. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is nothing new to any Nigerian. There is no Nigerian that is not up to date with this matter, that Nigeria, whether in time of peace or in time of war, is destroying the people, is a disaster. So even in the time of peace, the approach of Nigeria is the same as in the time of war. The approach to Nigerians is the same even in the time of war. And what is that approach? The destruction, the decimation of Nigerians, the starvation of Nigerians. 1967 to 1970, our people were starved. Our land was blockaded by Nigeria government. Our airspace was blockaded. Our waterways blockaded. And our people starved by Nigeria government. And even today, that is seen as a time of peace. People are starved to death. With their borders open, people are starved to death. 2019, the Nigeria government closed the Nigerian borders, knowing fully well that Nigeria does not produce enough food for its people. But they closed up the border because they want the same thing they did to us, the same thing, the closure of our borders, the land blockade, the sea blockade, the air blockade, in order to starve Biafrans. And today, Nigerians are starving in mass. Today, Nigerians are starving in mass. And this is a clever, should I say, approach to the destruction of Nigerians, because in the time of peace, people expect prosperity, people expect plenty, people expect things to work the way they want it to, because when there is peace, there is not much friction, not much chaos to distract you from what you are doing. Therefore, you are concentrated on the objective at hand at the time of peace. And therefore, when you plant, it is like planting in a right season, in the right soil, the right nutrients, the right atmospheric environment, the light ray of sunlight. But after all of that, rather than for your seed to germinate, it rots like it's supposed to. After rotting, it's supposed to sprout, but it does not. It just dies. It just dies. Why? Because something is wrong. Something is wrong. And in the case of Nigeria, it is the foundation of Nigeria that is wrong. The foundation of Nigeria is wrong. And this clearly shows that this relationship is not sustainable. It is unworkable. There is no way the Nigerian relationship with Nigerians is sustainable. Now look at a country that deceived the world and went to Kenya, abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, abducted a British citizen, brought him to Nigeria, which means by that singular act, the Nigeria government is saying that they have no regard for the law, because they disregarded their own law, not only their own law, even international laws. Disregarded the laws of Kenya and the laws of the entire world, because this is international laws where United Nations is involved. Therefore, every country that is signatory to that is a part of United Nations, Nigeria, by committing extraordinary rendition, broke their own law, which is actually surprising. That for 3 years now, the United Nations, these countries, have not individually spoken against this act, this brazen act of disrespect that Nigeria committed against them. And you now wonder why Nigeria, when other countries are saying, listen, we cannot subvert our territorial integrity, when even Nigeria is singing the same song, but they are doing something entirely different. Just like in the beginning when I introduced this topic, when I introduced this discussion, I said that both in the time of peace and in the time of war, Nigeria, the action is the same. And now that goes back to Nigeria saying one thing and doing another thing. And it has created incoherence in Nigerians. Nigerians are then suffering from, what do you call it again? I'm trying to remember the words they use in psychology. It's a product of chaos. You have problems within yourself because of the incoherent environment, the chaos that is as a result of the incoherent environment that you have found yourself in. So they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into Nigeria to go through the same law that they disrespect, the same law they hate, the same law that they have absolute disdain for. Now you see the incoherent approach of Nigeria and why Nigerians behave anyhow. Why Nigerians, when you see people who are supposed to use the internet to promote the betterment of their lives, and these people know that the end of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, they will give them freedom and will give them a sense of dignity. But rather than do that, they are more interested in making $1, making $2 from content creation. Because these people are products of Nigeria. Nigeria is a place where incoherent information is slapping you by the face every single day. Therefore, if you are not strong, you cannot survive. You cannot survive a day in Nigeria without going mad. You cannot. I saw a video some years ago when this Caucasian left Nigeria and was making a video saying, whoa, 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 Nigeria is the worst. Nigeria is the worst. I saw this video and he was saying it was when you watch that video, you can see that this guy, it's like somebody that was suffocating and is now breathing a breath of fresh air. Just couldn't wait to leave. Now, such people who committed a crime, a government that broke their own law, is the same government that is asking you, a Nigerian, to obey the law of Nigeria. the stand of IPOB is the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria government have shown that they hate the law. They have shown that they do not trust the law. They have shown that they do not have any regard for the law and those who work for the law. Therefore, we are also saying to them, it is ridiculous for you to expect us to have any sort of faith, any sort of belief, any sort of faith in the law. We have seen via your actions that you do not trust your own law, that you have no respect for your own law. You disregard your law, you bring it down, you march on it, you step on it, and you want us to respect what you disregarded, what you marched on, what you spat on, what you have beaten blue black. You want us to regard it. Therefore, IPOB is saying release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because he committed no crime. Therefore, release him unconditionally and go and face the law because you broke your own law. And as a responsible government, Nigeria is supposed to be thinking, how do I mend what I have broken? But you understand that Nigeria, by their actions, they are not interested in the survival of Nigeria. They are interested in the survival of Britain, in the survival of UK, in the survival of themselves, the Fulanis. They are the problem that Nigeria is having today, and they are not interested in the survival of any other indigenous person in Nigeria. And we are saying to them, enough is enough. Your own court has ruled that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. Your own court has discharged and acquitted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, we are calling you to obey the ruling of your own courts. Your own courts that declared that the abduction and continued incarceration of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is illegal and a crime against humanity. What is Nigeria on the 19th of June 2021 went into Kenya and kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They tortured him for 8 days in Kenya before they brought him into Nigeria, where he has been in solitary confinement at the DSS facility in Abuja since 2021. And solitary confinement is itself a crime. Look at how Nigeria government goes around breaking laws, breaking both local and international laws. Look at it. Look at it. Now, the United Nations, the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention made a statement. They declared that the extraordinary rendition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a violation of international human rights conventions. They also called for his unconditional release. That was in July 2022. That is the 20th of July 2022. But since then until now, Nigeria government have ignored them. Like they don't even matter. Like they don't even matter. And the United Nations, we haven't seen any actions from them. We haven't even seen actions from other countries. Rather, we are reading on the newspaper seeing what is that country that the Nigerians are traveling to? Canada. Canada, they are publishing, saying that they are trying to strengthen their relationship with a country that disrespected the laws of Canada. You see why the world is in the mess it is in as we speak. Now the US is trying to raise a base, a military base in Nigeria, a country that disrespected the laws of the United States. So all these pronouncements have continued to fall on deaf ears because of countries like United States, like Britain, like Canada. These people who are trying to build relationship with a failed country. A country that has no regard for even the United States, but because of the longer throat of their politicians, because of the inhuman behavior of the British people, they keep supporting Nigeria. Harry was in Nigeria the other time with his wife to do what? He did not even speak about his brother, a fellow British citizen who was kidnapped in Nigeria. He doesn't care about that. Oh, he's a social media phenomenon. He's always there on social media creating drama and people are following. All the dramas he's creating. Oh, my family hates my wife. What has it contributed to your life? Has it developed the black man that the wife is supposed to be a part of their race? What contribution has it made? How many years now? Nothing. In Britain, black people are still at the bottom of the ladder. At the bottom of the ladder. But in their book, in their own book, the book they brought to you, and you are now reading and feasting like it is something that your ancestors never saw, like your ancestors never knew anything about books. They wrote and said, what is her name? The other woman who was in captivity, Esther, and then she got married to a king, which is against the norms of the land, and they rose against her and whatnot, but the husband defended her, and what she did was she sought for the development of our people. Isn't that what they told you? But this is somebody, she comes to you and say, oh, I recognize myself as part of you. And people are dazzled. People are jumping up over social media saying, hey, we have one of us. But then you don't see any difference. There is no difference it makes in your life. The same attitude of Nigeria that is inconsistent. One thing is being said, another thing is being done. Another thing is being done. Can Harry come out publicly and tell Nigeria government to release their own citizen? He is somebody who's supposed to be his brother. No. He is interested in going to the Nigeria military, dancing with them. The same military that a report by Reuters accused of forcefully aborting over 10,000 pregnancies. And their operation, it's been since 2013. They began it since 2013. So when they say more than 10,000 pregnancies, you must understand that that is putting it lightly. You know how in Nigeria statistics is just being very mild. Say 10%, 20%, 30% of the actual situation. Now, this problem of Nigeria and the blindness of the Western world, the blindness of the countries of the United Nations is why Nigeria will keep getting worse, and until it becomes a serious problem even in their borders. Today, Nigeria breaking the law for so many of them is not a big deal. Forgetting that Nigeria is a proper has a proper setting for the rise of terrorists, for the growth of terrorists. Now, this government on the 14th of September 2017 tried to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This was even despite the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in their own courts. They did not care. They have no regard for the law. Why would they regard whatever consequence that will come as a result of their courts? This is why even when their own court discharged and acquitted this innocent man, they said, no, you cannot tell us what to do. They disregarded it. They even went to the point of punishing the lawyers, the judges who gave them justice, who obeyed the law. You obey the law in Nigeria, you get punished for it. And this is a place where Harry went to dancing and celebrating with his so-called Nigerian wife, a Nigerian who does not feel the impact of Nigerians. And he is a so-called educated and open-minded and enlightened, let me say. Now you understand that their enlightenment is not for your benefit. Nobody's saying she's not enlightened or not educated or whatever, but whose benefit is it for? Who is you? Who are you working for? That is the question. Now, because the Nigeria government on 2017 got away with trying to the assassination attempt on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they got away with it. Therefore, they could go on and on and on. They could commit Obi Igbo massacre. They could massacre our people at Obi Igbo for a month, close down a whole town, and massacred people from house to house. And nothing was done. The whole world kept quiet. And of course, we kept quiet. Defeated people. People who have no responsibility to themselves because there is no dignity. No dignity. We must every day bow our heads and our legs in thanks to IPOB, in thanks to the leadership of this movement, in thanks to the ESN. We must thank God every day for IPOB. Because Nigeria government tried to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2017 and they got away with it, even though they assassinated at least 28 people in his family home. Imagine your family home, a royal house like you have that of where Harry is coming from. Imagine chasing Harry, the government of UK chasing Harry into his house and killing the people found there. His friends, his cousins, his supporters. Killing 28 people. Even the dog of his wife killed the dog of Harry. Killed their dog. Imagine that to be the case. The uproar. But how is that applicable in Nigeria when it is Harry's family that is doing it? When it is their family that is doing it in Nigeria? At least 28 people massacred in his family home. You can imagine the blood flowing from that home that day. And at the end of this, their exercise that saw 28 people killed, this is their exercise that was planned to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At the end of that exercise, 7 mass graves were found across the land. 7 mass graves. You know, one mass grave, how many people get buried in one? You can have as much as 100 people, 100 bodies, 50 bodies in just one grave. You can have as much as that. Now imagine having 7 mass graves. Imagine the number of people that the Nigeria government using their security networks killed. The same security that Harry went to visit. What crime did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit? What crime did he commit? What crime did he commit? He committed no crime. Simply giving Nigeria a solution. Simply giving them a solution to their problems. Now, Nigeria government, all those people, they are thinking, oh, why should you give us a solution to our problems when we die, we just go to heaven? Isn't that the thing that Nigerians have been, black people have been poisoned with? The thought of heaven, ignoring earth and going to heaven. It says here, this guy, this man, this senator says, I donated clay pots, white fabrics to my constituents to bury their dead so I can please God, seek eternal reward. Senator Hanga. This is a man who bought 1 million clay pots and 1 million fabrics. That is a Muslim burial rite, the way they bury their people, with clay pot and fabrics. And he could not do any developmental projects. No, because who do you want to develop? The people, the same people that they want to kill through starvation, through any means that they can, including insecurity. Is it the same people that he would have a developmental project for. So he gave them what he can, what he thinks is best for them, and that is the fabrics and the clay pots, so that they can die as much as they can and they will not disturb him. They will be buried properly in the land, and it will be manure for his cows. And he can now go to heaven. Despite the lootings, despite all the money they've looted, no. It's those ones don't even matter. What matters is give people pots and fabrics, and you go to heaven. Just the same ideology that their terrorists in the forest have. Those that they say, oh, just kill women and you go to heaven. Just kill people, kill man, kill women, rape them, do whatever you want to do to them in the name of your God, and then you will find your way in heaven, even with blessings, with virgins surrounding you. And you can then since you can't die in heaven, therefore you enjoy all those things you couldn't enjoy on earth because you were in the bush. You were in the bush having sex with animals. These are the kind of people who made sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted and kept in the DSS dungeon. The lawmakers, those who are supposed to be irate about how Nigeria government is disobeying their laws, they are those who are making laws in Nigeria. Look at the authority of Nigeria. Look at those who are ruling the affairs of the ordinary Nigerians, and look at them. They have no plans for Nigeria. This is another news saying FCT administration under Nyesom Wike marks over 500 buildings in fresh demolition exercise. And this is Abuja that has been overrun by terrorists. Security of lives and properties is not number one in his plans. It is the destruction of houses. The destruction of houses, not security. Not security. Now, look at this other news that says gunmen kill staff of Nigerian Revenue Service, FIRS, in Abuja. In Abuja. Nigeria is not designed for Nigerians. Let me bring you another news also. This here says Tinubu, it says Tinubu reign deception, destitution and hopelessness. Tinubu's reign of deception, destitution and hopelessness. Now, this is written by Professor Usman Yusuf. This is perhaps one of those northern, so-called northern leaders or elders or whatever they call themselves. Probably, I said probably, one of those. Let's look at what he said. He said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's year in office has been one like no other. He has willfully turned Nigerians into destitutes in their land of plenty. In a country that is officially not at war and has not experienced failure of rainfalls and drought, it is very painful to see citizens, predominantly women and children, go through the humiliation of queuing up for cups of rice as one sees in war-torn Sudan or Gaza Strip. Now, let me tell you something. Like I said, Nigeria is designed with this in play. They say one thing, wonderful thing, good thing, but their actions are different. Actions are different. This man writing wonderfully well, awesome, never really said that, when you... I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. All well and good. He said wonderful things, but this issue he's complaining about, blaming on Tinubu's administration, has been the norm in the North. Him and his co have seen it as a necessary evil. They made policies that ensure that those in the North, the Hausas, our Hausa brothers, that they are subjected to just being on the street begging for bread, begging cups of rice, like he put it, cups of rice, queuing up for cups of rice, like he put it. No. He's speaking as if this is a Tinubu, a policy that started with Tinubu. No. This is a Nigerian policy. This is a Nigerian policy. No, 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 no. It's not a problem when his brothers, the Fulani terrorists, are in our bushes killing people. It is not a problem for him. No, 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 no. I'm not saying what he said is not the exact state of Nigeria, but I am saying that it is more complex than Tinubu. You know what they do. Tinubu, it's your turn. It's your turn. Once you come in there, they show you fire. After all, they put the second in command, the person in charge of security. The person in charge of security is their son. So that's why they don't even condemn insecurity. The person in charge of economy. Remember during the campaign that Tinubu said, the vice president said that he will be in charge of the security. He will be the chief commander, commander of the Nigerian people, and be in charge of the security. This is how Nigeria works. You don't even know your left and your right. And that Tinubu will be in charge of economy. Therefore, you find out that when you listen to these people who claim they are Northerners, the Northern leaders, they are not the Northern leaders. They are not. They are just Fulani leaders. They are in charge of the Fulani people. And the problem in Nigeria is them, the Fulani people. They are the problem in Nigeria. They are the problem in Nigeria. The Fulani people are the problem in Nigeria. They are the problem in Imo State. They are the problem in Enugu State. All these lackeys, like the governor of Enugu State, you cannot regard him as an Igbo man. Yes, you cannot regard him as an Igbo man because his actions are not that of an Igbo man. His actions are not that of the Igbo people. He is not acting in the interest of Igbo people. Not in the interest of the Igbo people. Now, let me take you to a press release from IPOB. Let me take you to a press release from IPOB. So you get to see what I am saying, because these people, they have no plans for Nigerians. No good plans for Nigerians. None. None at all. Their plans for Nigerians are just evil. This is a press release from IPOB dated 13th of May 2024, and it says Enugu Governor and the Enugu House of Assembly are security risk to Ali Igbo. IPOB. Now, before I continue, I want to let you understand something, that anybody in control of your security, anybody in control of your security is in control of your life. Do you see why your life is the way it is? It is because of the Nigeria Army, the Nigeria Police, the Nigeria security institutions. They are the reason why your life is the way it is. They can kill you at any time without any remorse. And look at what Enugu State is doing in Imo State. They are security risks to Ali Igbo. What does it mean? Enugu State governor has the army, they have the police, they have all these bodies, but at the same time, what are they doing? Rather than use that control they have in order to save their people, they are using it to pose a danger to their people. It says Enugu Governor and Enugu House of Assembly are security risks to Ali Igbo. IPOB. The attention of the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, led by the indomitable and charismatic leader Mazen Nnamdi Okukano, has been drawn to the purported passage of a bill on allowing cattle ranch by the Enugu State House of Assembly, irrespective of repeated warnings from IPOB and other Igbo patriots to the said bill. It is true that the Enugu State House of Assembly passed such a demonic bill. It is now necessary that the governor of Enugu and the House of Assembly members are hereby notified that they should be held responsible for any terrorist attack in Enugu. Now, before I go to the next page, you must understand that the government of Nigeria, by extension, the governors, and every institution in Nigeria, they keep going by feigning ignorance and by taking the stance of irresponsibility. They are not responsible to you. They are not responsible to Nigerians. They are only responsible to the foreign government who impose on them and to themselves, even their families. They are not even responsible to their families. I don't think they are. If not, they would not be putting the lives of their children at risk. It says here, the Enugu state governor is under pressure to fulfill the agreement he reached with the Fulani terrorist groups such as Miyetti Yala and Funam by subjecting Nigeria to terrorist invasions. The purported passage of cattle ranch bill is an invitation to marauding Fulanis in Africa to invade Enugu state and Alebo in general. Do you see what IPOB is saying here? The purpose of Enugu state governor for passing cattle ranch bill. And let us hear this. This is not just about Enugu state governor. This is about the Enugu state government. You know, government includes those in the legislature, those in the government house, those in the justice. This is about all those in authority of power in Enugu state who have been part and parcel of the subjugation of the Enugu people. And not because these things, when we say it, you say, oh, after all, you're from... No. I'm not just from Imo. Anything happening in Enugu state is affecting me. Anything happening in Imo state is affecting you in Anambra. The lawlessness in Imo state, did you not see how it affected Anambra? How some parts of Anambra is lawless now, if not all of Anambra. Because all of Imo is lawless. Now, when these people flood Enugu state, like IPOB made it clear here that he is basically opening up the border and saying to Fulanis, come into Enugu state, we'll accommodate you. Now, when they come into Enugu state, you think they will not cross the borders to other places in order to see, oh, okay, now we have flooded Enugu, maybe we need to, like Nigeria language, they say diversify. So, any security threat in Enugu is a security threat in Ebonyi. It's a security threat in Imo. It's a security threat in Abia State. Look at the Abia State governor's idea to have fast speed train and the rest of them. Now, imagine if the governors, instead of spending money, bringing our enemies into our lands to kill us, imagine if they spend that money in building infrastructures for you. For instance, speed train. The governor of Abia State will draw, okay, this is where it's going to end by the boundary. Okay, the governor of this state will say, correct, okay, let us now pick it from there and take it through the state and then end it by the other boundary. And then these governors come together and say, okay, let us find how to connect it so that it will be interconnected. By so doing, you find out that the kind of equipment you need will even become cheaper because it is no longer fragmented into different states. No, you do it as a body, as the East. And before you know it, there's development. But they are not interested in that. It says, unfortunately, the money mongers and gullible, dishonorable members in Enugu State House of Assembly are more interested in money and cars than the security and safety of Ndibo. Ndibo no nano. Are you people hearing? These people are more interested in cars and money than security and safety of your life. You know what this means? They are trying to hand over the security of your lives to terrorists, to Fulani terrorists. That is what they are doing, trying to hand the security of your lives, to the safety of your life, to Fulani terrorists. And then tell me what will happen. Tell me what will happen. Governor Peter Mba and Fulani dishonorable puppets in the House of Assembly should be held responsible. if Enugu State is turned into crisis and terrorist attack grounds from Fulani terrorists who will invade Enugu State in the name of cattle ranching, they must be held responsible. Somebody even called me the other day, sent me a message sometime, and the other day and was asking why the names of these people cannot be published for people to actually have an idea and have a picture of them, so that when you see them, you know, these are the people. When you see them, you know, if they not traveling, they might be thinking, we'll go to Europe. Are we not all over the place? Are Nigerians not all over the place? Are Enugu people not all over the place? Have they not dislodged us from our land and we have found ourselves scavenging all over the place? Somebody suggested that. Somebody did suggest that. It says here that they must be held responsible if Enugu State is turned into crisis and terrorist attack grounds from Fulani terrorists who will invade Enugu State in the name of cattle ranching. It is unfortunate that Fulani puppet governor and dishonorable Mughals and uninformed members in the Enugu State House of Assembly could not pass bills to attract investment into Enugu. But Fulani cattle ranch, shame on you all. Remember I said here earlier on that Peter Mba came in and the first thing he did was to condemn IPOB, to condemn Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And then he now went and said, I want to visit him. Perhaps he went there to tell him, Mazi, please drop the agitation. And when that failed, he came back and started blaming IPOB for the insecurity he created. And he's not even done. He's creating more. He's creating more. People died being a chief security officer of a state. He went there. He couldn't even mention the names of the killers of his people. And these are the fools. These are the idiots that are in charge of our lands. What does that make you? What does that make me? Sometimes when I look at Imo State and Hopeless Uzodinma, the Supreme Court governor, I ask myself, what does this man's leadership of Imo State make me? You must see who your enemies are. You must know them. You must know them. You must see them, so that we identify them. And Onyendu said that in one of his teachings, he said they are showing themselves one after the other. And if you feel discouraged, know that no. This is a process. It is a process. There is absolutely no reason to be discouraged. Rather, you should be happy that at the end of the day, your enemies are showing themselves to you. They are showing themselves to you. Peter Mba has demonstrated that he is not interested in the security of lives and properties of Enugu people and Ndi Igbo in general. Having witnessed the mass murder of Enugu people by Fulani terrorists and jihadists, the governor went ahead in establishing the cattle ranch bill to attract Fulanis and show that Peter Mba's government is being controlled by the Fulani cabals. He should be known and seen as a stooge and agent of Fulanization. I want these things to be paid attention to. He should be known and seen as a stooge and agent of Fulanization. Dr. Peter Mba's government should be seen as a big security risk in the southeast. Very sad indeed. Now, I am happy IPOB is seeing this thing. This is one when I am so happy that IPOB is seeing this, and not only are they seeing it, but they are letting you as an IPOB member, as a Biafran, to know where your problems are. He says, IPOB is telling you that you should know and see Peter Mba as a stooge, an agent of Fulanization. He should be seen, his government should be seen as a big security risk in the southeast. Very sad indeed. Now, I feel I think this is Dr. Peter Mba's government should be seen as a big risk in the East. In the East, I want you to also pay attention to it. What do you do to something that poses a security risk to you? You know that your security is also your responsibility. Therefore, we must all be security conscious. We must all rise up to our obligations, to our responsibilities. All of us, whether you are at Ozowani, whether you are at Nimbo, anywhere you are, at Olo, anywhere you are, you must be security conscious. You must have the IPOB contact details. You must stand up and defend not only yourself but your people, because when you are defending your people, you are defending yourself. Those who want ESN to come, now listen to this advice. Those who want ESN to come and defend them, like most of us want, or in fact all of us want, should find one way or the other, invite ESN operatives in their communities and help ESN and IPOB volunteers to come and do the needful. One, you must invite them. Two, you must help them carry out the responsibility that you want them. This is not asking for I don't know why IPOB is just so lenient with our people to the point where our IPOB is just doing the work and the people are there relaxing. Do you understand that this process is an awakening process and IPOB is just doing the work for people, asking you to just don't do much, just defend yourself. Somebody might say, okay, but defending yourself is doing much. No, it's crazy to even think that defending yourself is doing much, because this should be a reaction, just something that you shouldn't even be able to think of. You must. It's like you see a stone coming your way. Do you have to sit down and think, okay, let me draw, write arithmetics and make calculations and draw the charts if it is going to land exactly on this part of my head, or on the other part? Will I survive it? Won't I survive it? Are you sure this is really brick? Maybe it's just something that looks like brick. You don't spend time having such conversation in your mind. That can only happen in cartoons, where you see them before they run, they do and then it takes time. No, but this is real. This is real. Self-defense is supposed to be something it's a reactionary behavior. You react. So IPOB is simply telling you, just react like a human being. There is no much work you are being given to except to defend yourself. One, find a way to defend yourself. When we say defending yourself, people might think, therefore, okay, but we don't have money to buy guns. Do you know that there are several, even by informing on the activities, the security problems happening in your land? You have phones, you have videos. Take videos, do not put on social media, and contact the leadership of IPOB. Make sure that information comes. Do you know that is a way of self-defense? Do you know? And they are now saying to you, okay, even if you don't have guns, we are not asking, we're not even expecting and all of that, because maybe you are poor, you don't have the resources to buy the guns and protect yourself, which is something you would advise to anybody who has conquered fear. Have guns, protect yourself. If 100 of them come, you open up your magazine. You open up. You don't even waste time. You open up. But because our people have been subjugated to poverty, IPOB is saying, okay, invite ESN operatives and then help ESN. You invite a doctor to come and take care of you, but you don't want to be there to be taken care of. It doesn't make sense. So IPOB is saying, not only invite them, but help them. Help them take care of you. Somebody is saying, help me to help you. Help me to help you. What more do you want? What more can we ask for? I said earlier on that we must every day pray and thank Chukwu Abiyama for IPOB. Look, this is the handwork of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is why your enemies are keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB, there is no joke. They know that this is a serious business, and IPOB understands, and IPOB is equal to the task. So it says here, those who want ESN to come and defend them should find one way or the other, invite ESN operatives in their communities, and help ESN and IPOB volunteers to come and do the needful. Fulani terrorists nicknamed herdsmen can never dwell in our land unless IPOB ESN does not exist. Thank you. IPOB calls on Enugu people to stand up and organize protest against this satanic cattle ranch bill, which is Ruga in disguise. Oh, I love this. I love this. Our people must learn responsibility. People are not even being given so much responsibility because this is a learning curve. You know, learning curve. You are learning. You haven't done this before, have you? Nobody has defended you like IPOB before. Have you? Is there anyone? Can you name names? Nobody has defended you like IPOB has. And therefore people recognize what is happening. They recognize that it is time for them to rise to their obligations, their responsibilities. Time to rise to your responsibility. It is not about, come and defend me, come and defend me. No. You have everything it takes. Everything it takes. You have everything that it takes. Everything that it takes. Remember that Onyendu researched on Igbo people. They researched on us, the brain of the black man, before engaging in this struggle. Remember that, and therefore understand that IPOB knows you are capable. IPOB knows you are capable of rising. IPOB knows you are capable to rise to the occasion. Why else would IPOB give you a job if they don't know that you can do it? I want to play something for you. I want to play something for you. So I'm trying to find where it is so that I can play something interesting for you. This is Enugu women's protest. Let us listen. These women protested against the giving of their land to a Hamofo not even long ago, just a few months ago. And what happened? They were protesting with the IPOB backed them because what they were protesting is that their land and their children should be free. What is IPOB fighting for? Isn't it for the protection of our land and for our children to be free? And they did that singular act. Do you know it changed the state of affairs? The world saw everything. Their protest went international. From here, from South Africa, I saw the protest, just like people in America, just like people in Australia. And that, if not for what they did, do you know, Ozowani would have been, you know how the terrorists were killing people then. And it stopped. Let's listen to them before I finish the press release.
And I got even you which I know. Peter Man camp ya fly you makai. Okokoro makai and did I get when I sell. Makana may be any night color. Come makai, my boom white, tear gas, no, I hate behind Kaina. Me, I know what happened. I name Menga, you were off flying you makai, because I know Yoshi. Now, you just enough for ya flying ya nine, half flying you makai. I know, BB. No, I'm a colonna 100 and. I was you know, I was you, but I couldn't agree. I'm wine and wash. And I got even you which I know. Peter Man camp ya flying you makai. Okokoro makai and did I get when I sell. maka na ha na-emebi enyi na anyị kọrọ ka ụmụaka ma anyị bụ ụmụ nwaanyị tia gas nọb na ha ekpo anyị ka anyị na-agba n'ihe anyị na-ekwuta bụ na anyị na-eme ngagharị iwe ka ọ hafụrụ anyị ụmụaka anyị biko na anyị na-ayọchi ya ike na anyị ejighị ike ejezi nye hafụchere anyị nye hafụrụ anyị ana anyị hafụrụ anyị ụmụaka anyị anyị enweghị ana obibi ma ụlọ ama akụrụ ụlọ 100 and anyị enwe ozi ụlọ anyị enwe ezi ugbo ego na-eguzi ụmụ nwaanyị na-anwụchichi.
Enugu women protesting, saying that Governor Peter Mba should leave them alone. Imagine people asking their governor to leave them alone. That shows you that he's not even... You see what IPOB said, that it shows that these people are not there to serve the people. They are agents of the Fulani. The agent of the Fulani terrorists. Your problem in Nigeria is Fulani. Go out there and tell the world, write it on Facebook, write it on Twitter, write it everywhere. The problem of Nigeria is Fulani. Hausa people have realized it, and they know that the problem that they have are Fulani. The Yoruba people must realize it. The problem in Nigeria is Fulani. It's Fulani. And they have put puppets as your leaders. People who have already been Fulanized. They have already been Fulanized. And they brought them to you. Now it says IPOB calls on Enugu people. This one is not just women. People. Men should be men. Men should be men. And women should be women. Women are embodiment of strength. I spoke about women's protest, and you know what? The British government called it a riot. Simple protest. There was organization. People were properly organized. Everything went well. From all Biafra land, from the east, every corner of the east was well represented. People came, and it was massive. They demonized it and called it people's riot, when it is a simple protest. A protest. But this time around, it is not just the women. Everybody, it is saying here, everybody must rise to their responsibility. You've been saying, oh, you want a better life. Now is your time. Oh, you want your children to be safe in Enugu. Now is your time. Everybody must stand up and organize protest against this satanic cattle ranch bill, which is Ruga in disguise. Also, Ndi Igbo should stand up against Ruga settlement that the Fulani puppets in Enugu state government have started to avoid mass burial in Ali Igbo. You think the mass burial, the Boro pit they have dug several places in Olu, you think that is too much? They're running away of your children all over Biafra land. You think that is too much? We can't even come home. Our own home. We can't even come to our own home. You think it is too much? Now imagine the mass burial that will happen when these terrorists are allowed into our land. You think you are alive now. Oh, you can't protest because you want to be alive. You want to live 100 years. Be 100 years. You know, we look at things as, I have said here so many times, we see ourselves as too important. Who are you important to in the record of the world? What significance do you have? You are nothing in the significance of the world, but to your people, to the Biafran people, you are all. Everything. So are you going to look at yourself individually as, if I go out now, what if, and but you do not want to see the mass burial that is coming your way. If you want to live, they say those who want to die are the ones who will survive. Those who want to live, well, how did they say it in the Bible? Are the ones who that time you think, your life is too precious. You don't want to go and protest against what is coming to kill you. You see. It says here, Ndi Igbo should stand up against Ruga settlements that the Fulani puppets in Enugu state government have started to avoid mass burial in Ali Igbo. IPOB advises Peter Mba, the Hallelujah Boys in Enugu State House of Assembly, and their sponsors, Fulani herdsmen, to stay clear of Biafran territory. IPOB stands on no Ruga or Fulani settlement in Biafra land. We will never allow any Fulani settlement, whether in the name of ranching, Ruga, or anything else, to be allowed to stand in the east. Biafra land belongs to the indigenous people of Biafra, not to any governor or this honorable puppet in Enugu State House of Assembly. The people own their ancestral lands, not the governor or other politicians. We shall not allow a Fulani stooge to set Biafra land on fire for any political interest. If the Fulani puppets in Enugu State House of Assembly have passed the demonic Fulani Ranch Bill already, it will not work as long as IPOB, ESN are concerned. Thank you. This is how men speak. This is how every man in Enugu, every man in Imo, every man in different corners must learn that this is how men speak. It says Fulani terrorists masquerading as herdsmen can never have ranch in our land. Thank you. Whether Peter Mba likes it or not, only fracas Peter Mba wants in Enugu State. ESN will continue to carry out their duties as state actors in Biafra land to push out terrorists from our bushes and forest. IPOB challenges the Fulani terrorists masquerading as herdsmen to build any settlement in the name of ranching anywhere in Biafra land, and that will be at their own peril. Comrade Ima Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. Now, I've said much about this protest already, this press release already, but I must let you know that there is always time for everything. There is time for everything. Time for everything. And you must, the thing about being knowledgeable is, being intelligent is having knowledge of the right time. You can be knowledgeable about something, but if you do not have the understanding of the right time, then it is a problem. You just do it, even though that your idea is wonderful, at the wrong time it becomes a disaster. Therefore, you must understand that this is your time to stand up in the defense of your land, in the defense of your children, in the defense of those who will come 1,000 years from now. Do you know those who will come 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, 100 years from now? Jesus, they said, lived for 33 years, but after 2,000 years, his name is echoing all over the world. What is it that you'll be known for? For people who stood there, sat there, even as a man, as your fellow man came, killed your children, raped your wife. And what will you do? The most thing you can do is you go kill yourself, and that's it. Gone. And even though you live 100 years, gone. No trace of you. This is your time to rise up to your responsibility and defend yourself. Now, before I open up the line, let me just read some headlines. Let me just read some headlines. And this here says, bandits ambush kidnaps cause of Dangote cement staff in Edo State. Okay. Now, the second news headline says, APC party pegs local council forms for 25 million ahead of a Ebonyi election. Now you see why your politicians are selling you out. You see, APC party pegs local government council forms, only local government council forms, for 25 million ahead of a Ebonyi elections. 25 million. So anybody who drives bicycle cannot take care of the affairs of your state, because the person must have at least 25 million. You say that your politics in Nigeria is just about money. That is why you have leaders who are not interested in your life. It says here, 8 billion naira fund anti-graft agency EFCC to arraign former aviation minister Sirika brother Tuesday. So they will arrest both the minister and the brother for 8 billion naira fraud. These are the people serving you. You see, these are the people that are serving you. You see why Nigeria can never work. No matter if they like, they can bring anybody to come and advertise for Nigeria. Nigeria has sunk. Nigeria will never continue. The people of Nigeria, the indigenous people in Nigeria are strong and powerful. It says here, breaking, organized labor, NLC, TUC, shut down Ministry of Power, TCN, NERC, over electricity tariff hike. Thank you. You might be sitting in that your small house thinking, oh, nobody is doing. There are people who have woken to their responsibilities. Now, this issue of electricity is affecting everybody. The issues in Nigeria affect every Nigerian. Whether in your area you are asked to rise up against the giving your land to Fulani terrorists, whether it is electricity, whether whatever it is affecting everybody. When the terrorism happening in Kaduna, Kano, Borno, all of them, all over the north was happening, you thought, oh, it's just there, it's not going to affect. But is it not what we are talking about in Enugu State today? Even electricity issues, everybody in Nigeria must thank IPOB, honestly, that has the balls to tell EEDC, do your job or leave. And you know that EEDC are not interested in doing their job, you know. Even when the inception of this electricity issues, when the contract was being given, EEDC failed to even submit in time. They failed. Everything from the beginning, they have always failed. It was the vice president of Nigeria then that made sure that they gave them an extension, I think 2 weeks extension, for them to provide the necessary documents, application, whatever they needed from them. It says here, organized labor pickets Port Harcourt Electricity Company office in Bayelsa over hike in tariff, laments economic hardship. This is how people who want a better life behave. You say, no, this is what I want. You don't sit down there and think, oh, this person should have known. And this is a problem some of us have. We sit down there, we don't have a conversation with people and give them the right information. We sit down there and think, they are supposed to know. They are supposed to know. This is another headline that says, breaking, Delta State Commissioner resigns from office to pave the way for younger brother amid tussle over council pool. You see why? I am just reading these headlines for you so that you see the problem in Nigeria. It is foundational. The problem in the Nigerian problem is foundational. This is why they went and abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who presented to them a solution to the foundational problem that Nigeria poses. What is that solution? A United Nations supervised referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra to decide our fate, as indicated in the United Nations Charter, which Nigeria itself is a signatory to. But no, they would rather go abduct, kidnap people, because that is all they know. That is the foundation of Nigeria. Different thousands and thousands of Biafrans are illegally held at different Nigeria government dungeons because this is the foundation of Nigeria. You cannot have a successful Nigeria. It is not possible. Mark it, write it down. I said it today. You can never have a better Nigeria. A Nigeria that is better than yesterday is not possible. You know, sometimes people even see tall buildings as a show of a good life. People are dying in Lagos. Are people not sleeping under the bridge? Do you understand that even in Lagos, there was this news that came out, was it last week or last 2 weeks, where people built about 200 flats under a bridge in Lagos. This is supposed to be the most economic viable city in Nigeria, and people are sleeping under the beach, even ready to pay money to sleep under the beach. Now imagine those who cannot afford to pay. No wonder the governor was deporting people, his own brothers, because he's not interested in bringing solution that will bring jobs to those people. No, he's not. It is none of their problems. You are not a concern to the politicians. You better know now. So when you have a responsibility to liberate yourself, you must take it. You must take it. Take that responsibility. If not, you are not. You don't deserve anybody to defend you if you do not defend yourself. Why would another person come and defend you when you don't even know that your responsibility, the way you are supposed to react as a human being, is to dodge when a brick is coming, is falling on your head?
Peter Mbanali kemgbe ya afụla anyị ụmụaka anyị o kpokọrọ ụmụaka anyị na ndị di anyị gekwe na sel maka na ha na-emebi enyi na anyị kọrọ ka ụmụaka anyị ma anyị bụ ụmụ nwaanyị tia gas nọb na ha ekpo anyị ka anyị na-agba n'ihe anyị na-ekwuta bụ na anyị na-eme ngagharị iwe ka ọ afụla anyị ụmụaka anyị biko na anyị na-ayọshi ya ike na anyị ejighị ike ejezi nye afụchere anyị nye afụla anyị ana anyị afụla anyị ụmụaka anyị anyị enwere oche ana obibi ma ụlọ ama agụrụ ụlọ 100 and anyị enwe ozi ụlọ anyị enwe ezi ugbo.
Thank you and welcome to Radio Biafra. This is Sunrise. I want to play this this clip. I'm not sure if there is any need to play this clip, but the line is open. Before I play that clip, let me let you know that the line is open. Let me call back this caller. I have seen several missed calls, so let me just call back somebody as the line is open. And the number to call is +27 78 064 5457. I repeat, +27 78 064 5457. My brother, good morning to you. Thank you very much. I saw your missed calls and then I decided to call you back first before others are able to get back here. You are live on Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo.
Good morning, Mazi. Mbanali. I salute your courage and the courage for the Biafrans. I'm calling from a location in Biafra land, Mazi Chibu. It's a very, very heartbreaking one, but it has mastered us here in this zoo. Now, we can no longer lament over that again, rather we will do the needful. Just like what you said, people always think that living long is maybe you have achieved a lot. But our people should build this mind of fella. Let me tell the man that fella build and the mind that our forefathers built. We are going to remember them on 30th of May. This man for what they want and to make sure they defend the land. I have said it many times on Radio Biafra. I wish. I don't say it in order to entertain anybody. We are ready to sacrifice anything needed to be sacrificed. If it deserves us to give our life for our generation to be saved, we will give our life. We are ever ready for it. Just that we want to be like a bunch of brooms. Not that we want to be separated. That's the only thing we are doing. We don't want to do things individually. So, Tamba should know that we Biafrans, now is not the time we should. We are afraid of anything. We are ready to confront every problem on our way. Because the time we keep on living all these things, like me that is not married, what if I get married tomorrow? My children will face what I'm facing today. Every blessed day I hustle to make sure I feed myself, and it doesn't make any sense. So,
okay, you know the Zoo network. I think we are having issues with it. We are having some issues with. Okay, He's back. Mazi, please continue. You were gone there for a while.
Okay. Nobody is doing anything about it. They are seriously massacring and destroying. There is a farm in our place that people are no longer entering the bush because of this Fulani man. So it's the time we should understand that it's the time for us to sacrifice with everything necessary for us to sacrifice Biafrans. I'm pleading to you all. Because we cannot leave it to only the ESA. We cannot only leave it to only the leadership. But I want to tell them that men are still ready. Men are hidden, ready to be brought like a bunch of broom to do the work, not just as an individual, in order to save our land, to save this land. What I didn't do, Mazi, what I didn't do, try and fail. We are on the ground, we are seeing what is going on. Men are lavishing, they are destroying Holy Ghost. Had it been, I have the video to show you what people are passing through. The same people are lazy. You can see people walking, breaking, trying to end a meal, to find their daily bread. On the process, people are dying. That place, about 3-4 people have died in Holy Ghost. They are breaking that place. I don't know what Peter might say is building, which says building on a modern terminal transport. For them to just go and hustle and get what they will eat. On the process, some people have died because there is no job opportunity for them. People who's supposed to speak for them, nobody. Our people, everybody is just scavenging to survive. How long? So we have to confront these men physically in any way to save our own future generation.
Yes.
So I'm making it in order to tell our leadership that men still on ground to support. Men still are ready to give life. Somebody like me, I keep on saying it. If you want to ask me, say now, can you sacrifice your life to allow Biafrans to live? What do I live for? I have 3 brothers. I can give my life for them to have a better life. So, thank you so much, and I really salute our leaders because it's not easy. IPOB have done a lot. Our leadership DOS, they have done a lot, and we cannot stand to allow to see anybody to put them down. Thank you very much, and I salute all Biafrans and all ES, and I pray for our leaders and the Kano. Nothing will happen. The zoo will do their what they're going to do. But I'm up at the end. For
sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That is our brother. This is what it takes to be a man. You are ready when you are called. You remember people talking about, Israel. You saw the videos they did when they were starting the war. You know what they did? There was this old man that said, he's ready. He's ready and all of that. And what do you think happened? Even old people were ready to go. I'm not saying perhaps the war is good or not good. No. I'm simply telling you the eagerness of people who are ready to win. You must be ready. Thank you, my brother, for that. I am sure Biafrans feel the same way. Biafrans feel ready. I have a caller on the line. Mazi Ndewo, you're welcome to Radio Biafra. Please introduce yourself and your opinion. Mazi, can you hear me?
You can't say that.
Mazi, I'm not sure if you are hearing me.
You are from Anambra.
Okay.
Or you are from
Mazi, can you hear me? Hello, Mazi. Yes. I did not connect you. I did not connect you to the radio, so now I am connecting you to the radio. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all Biafrans. My name is Martin for the Throat Pusher. I'm calling this morning from my location. My advice to all Biafrans is that everybody should focus and listen to this platform, this Radio Biafra, because that is the only way to share our information. And that is the only thing and the only way that can help us to overcome our enemies, to become a victorious nation. Because Biafra is coming. And it will come by each and every one of us must focus. We join hands together. Carry our burdens as brothers and sisters. Don't say, I am from Enugu, I am from Anambra, I am from Imo. You want to differentiate yourself from your brother or your sister. And that is what Britain wants. But if we don't allow them, if we can be able to carry everybody along, that is we need. I always say this, the Biafran agitation is like a football. If you cooperate with your colleague inside the field, you will see passing and everything will be going smoothly. And before you know it, you grab the winning. You will score because the net is there waiting for you. Everybody to score. If they give you, your aim is to score. Pass to your brother, and that is the information. Pass to your sister, the information. Don't keep quiet. And don't look the other side. When you see a brother or your sister suffering inside the net of the enemy, politicians, they don't have any love on us. We know our problem. They are like sickness. We have already dictated what causes it. Because if you want to cure sickness and cure it final, go to lab and know the cause of the problem. If you can allow me, I will just give a little story. They were out of the also handle. Arụsị a wee na-egbu ndị obodo gbugide ndị obodo a wee jee jụọ ese kedu ihe a ga-eme arụsị a ka ọ kwụsị. Anytime ha jere jụọ ese ihe a ga-agwa ha bụ a ga-egbu efi, a ga-egbu ewu, a ga-enyechekwa arụsị ihe niile ahụ. Arụsị a kọntinukwa na-egbu ndị obodo ahụ. One day a man raised up his hand finger and said the only solution is let us know ka anyị mara ihe arụsị a na-asọ, ihe ọ na-anaghị eri. Maka ihe arụsị ihe ọ na-asọ ọ na ịchọ ka mma gbara ọsọ ihe ọ na-asọ nsọ. Ewee jeju ese about 3 places asị na nkịta ka ọ na-asọ. Ọ na-eri ọbara anụ niile mana ọ na-eri ọbara nkịta. Akụ ekwe n'obodo si obodo niile onye dobe ego nkịta jide mma n'aka. Onye ọbụla bụ nwoke ruru age of 18 years must buy dog. Igbo nkịta ejide mma n'aka. Iru ebe ahụ igbo nkịta ma mma ma nkịta ma ozu nkịta tupu n'ime okwu arụsị anyị naba. That is how the arụsị, that is how the spirit leads the villagers, the young ones to be growing. That is how they started to progressing. Ihe njikwa okwu a maka efi ndị Fulani. I saw in a online where a village, whether it is western side, they kill about 300 cows or more than with poison. And our brother, one of our brother was offering the information. Everybody must listen to him. Even our politicians, because Hana told one Manhani Bulldozer. Only need for even to buy anything. But I want to use this opportunity to wish our leader, Mazen Nambekano, more years ahead. The God of our ancestors, guide and protect him till the date of our restoration, and we will rejoice with him and all of you together, Sochima and Co. Thank you very much, and they will.
Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. Okay, you're done. Thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful one. Thank you. I now have Mazi Desmond on the line. Mazi Desmond, please go ahead. Your opinion. Ụtụtụ ọma maazị.
Dr. Mama Chineke, good morning to you, Master Sochima Mbanali, and good morning to Biafrans all over the world, IPOB family, and our great leader, His Excellency Master Nnamdi Okuchukwu. Good morning, sir, to you from here. Yes, Master Sochima Mbanali, I want to thank you for your analysis and that press release, because sometimes it is always good, give a security issue, and then we also need to know how to pass the message to our people. Because you find out that in the maybe informations and investigations you do, you will see that most of these House of Assembly members, because we have to always point at the root of the problem, then before we come to the problem itself. Because if you are able to cut off the root, then the problem will not exist. Fulani in our land has a root. Where they come from, and the root is all these politicians, and these ones are coming out very, very clear. These Enugu assembly people and Pitamba. But you find out that these assembly people, you will see that they don't live in Enugu. Majority of them, they stay in Abuja. In fact, if we investigate further, we might even find out, Biafrans, we might find out that this ranching law or this ranching bill, they passed it from Abuja. You will see that maybe it's just 2 or 3 of them that we are in the assembly that very day. And the rest, we are in Abuja, and then they passed the law. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that these people, they know they are damaging our land. They know Fulani is for us. They know Fulani is there to kill us. Because there is something to say maybe these people don't know what Fulani is doing. They know everything, but they don't care. Like you started this morning talking about how Nigeria don't care for the Nigerians and all this. That's the same thing. They don't care. They don't want to know. It's not their business. It's not their concern. All they know is their political ambition. As P2B is struggling hard to fulfill that document he signed with the Caliphate and Funa. He just wants, what is going to cost, they can kill our people, they can do anything. He doesn't want to know at all. He must fulfill, he wants to fulfill that thing. Why does he want to fulfill that thing? For his next political ambition. You can see that the problem we have is these few individuals in our land trying to destroy our whole of people. And that is why IPOB is saying we are not going to allow it. Now, our people must understand also that there is need for us to cooperate. Because when you read that first page, there was a paragraph he said that those who want to save themselves to find no means to invite ESN and also give information and cooperate. Because when Fulani are going in our land, going in our community, in our villages with all these, their shoemaker things, what they do is to gather information. Where this house is, where this corner is, and they bring it and they give it to their brothers in the army and their terrorists and the rest of them to use and destroy our land. You know, so our people must understand that we must cooperate. Some of our people, we have to say the truth, some of our people are not helping matter. You see that press release is a very wonderful one. But do we really have to tell our people now to cooperate with ESN? Do we even have to ask them to find means to invite ESN? By what is happening, especially in this Enugu state now, even with this protest of our mothers, are they not ordinarily supposed to know that they really need ESN to protect their land and protect Biafra land? Is it not common sense? Because you are there, if you say our people don't know what's, then why is our mother saying, Pitamba, leave us, Pitamba, leave our land, Pitamba, we don't have land, release our children, release our husbands, we have marked more than 100 houses, we no longer have land. Who are they calling Pitamba? They know the problem. But the problem is that some of our people, they lack the mental toughness, agro, so they cannot hold the hunger for a little time. So when Fulani come with this, their cow meat and all those things, they tend to say, all the cheap. They go and buy it, and when they eat it, they are being hypnotized. And you see some of them are not coherent. Because sometimes we have to go to the root and talk to our people to rise up, to wake up. Because you see these assembly members now, they are in Abuja, and they might stay in Abuja for the next 4 years, collecting their money. Fulani will always pay them now. British will say, pay them, let them stay in Abuja, give them big house. because they will from here destroy the land. Because they know if they step into the land might hurt them or the land might swallow them. So they will be in Abuja. And that is why when they finish their rule, not even spend one day in that land, they want to go abroad to stay like Obiano did and the rest of the governors. So what am I telling our people? It's on us. Because in this assembly people, Obuna had that is why you see where we are in this Western world. You see all their syndac, you see them walking in the streets with other fellows. If you go to that house and mess up, once you come out, the people will take you now. People will arrest you, citizen arrest now, and they will deal with you. But you see, it doesn't happen because they are not within the community. They are in Abuja, doing all these things. And IPOB has said several times there will be no ranching or anything for Fulani in Biafra land. Instead, people should go in Efibo. What is called for Enugu to say, okay, we want to do Efibo, and they should bring it and give it to our people to rear it. If they really, because you see, this thing is destroying our land, and these people, they know it. And that is what Fulani has come to do in our land. Because if not so, is it only Fulani Nama that it is existing in this world? Don't we have Efibo? Haven't we IPOB cared about our people investing in Efibo? If they want to pass ranching bill, why can't they say, okay, let us support our own people to do Efibo for our people to eat? With our own meat. Why is it only Fulani Nama, Fulani ranching, Fulani this, Fulani that, police station, army station in our land by all these governments? You can see it's because our people are still sleeping. If as IPOB say protest now, and the following day, maybe that press release came out yesterday, and today now we have seen everybody in front of Enugu State House, and they are waiting for Peter Mba to come, and they stayed there. Everybody stayed there and tell him that we don't want Fulani in our land, we don't want any ranching bill. Are you telling me our people stayed there for 4 days that nothing will happen? That Peter Mba will go and say he want to bring Fulani, he will do it. There are many ways to stop this thing, but our people have to live up to expectation. Our people have to wake up. Like that kind of protest, our people need to go to the front of that government house and stay there. Why the people in the bush, ESN, and those that will be bringing in necessary information, and things will be happening. And all these assembly members, anybody that have information about them should also bring the information, and things will be handled. These people cannot continue to destroy our land. That's my message to Biafrans. We have to rise up, we have to wake up. And lastly, anywhere you are in the world as a Biafran, you should know it's your responsibility to support ESN. ESN is a state actor of Biafra land, and we are going to support them financially. We have to support them through the right means, through IPOB unit, IPOB zones, or means that's approved. Our PayPal, www.ipob.org. You go there, you'll be directed to pay with your card, or any other means that's approved by HODDOS, in form of fundraising and other means. We have to continue to give our support to ESN financially, so that at the end of the day, Biafra land, because there will be no Biafra that will be given to Fulani or any ranching. Let them go and do it in Abuja and in the north. That's our message. Thank you, Wachineke, and let him bless you from here. Sochima.
Thank you. Ndewo Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. He said a lot of things that make sense. But at this time, we are not supposed to be told about our responsibility, but we are being told, so we must rise up to our responsibility. We must. I have a caller on the line, Mazi Chukwu Emmanuel. Ndewo Ututoma, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead with your opinion.
Good morning, Mazi Mbanali.
Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet him once again. Yes, I heard a clip you played this morning of our mothers protesting in Enugu about Peter Mba. And yesterday evening, Jonathan played the clip of a man, said that he's a chairman of a party in Enugu, and he was explaining how the evil people who say they are House of Assembly in Enugu are really pass a bill. One day they pass a bill to Ruga for Fulanis. Well, it is okay. This is a problem we have as a black race. Because the white people saw black people as the most stupid and the foolish people. That in a black race is a place where something that can never happen in the whole world will be happening, especially in Nigeria. The worst thing. In the black world, anything can happen. Let me put it very clear. I think this is going to be the last place everybody, maybe if you are from Enugu or from any state from the east, must do everything to support, to make sure that the Fulanese will not get ground in any part of the east anymore. Have done what they done in Imo State, and see how Imo State is all about today. So everybody must stand firm to fight, to finish. These evil people, they are putting to our people who have no shame, who cannot think that one day that they will die. The useless and the idiot human being we have in Igbo land today, people who cannot remember that one day they will die. They can do anything in money. This is the last opportunity for our people to fight, to make sure that will happen in Enugu. Because if you allow it to happen, we have gone as a race. Fulanese, they have stolen the whole money in Nigeria. They are ready to give you any amount of money for you to sell your people. How many of you who say you are politician that will stand and say, go to hell, Fulani, with your money? You cannot buy me with your money. I support that, the encouragement of that man that come to radio and make some statement yesterday that was played on Jonathan platform. If it is possible to go to court and go to the court and tell the court that the process of what they did is not correct, or the process is not, do in a normal form, that will be cancelled, and whatever Pitamba wants, people will show you to Pitamba. Pitamba is a criminal. Pitamba is an ordinary criminal, but today is a governor because of Fulani and because of what they are doing in Nigeria. That must be stopped. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you.
Mbanali, for your effort. Chukwu Kabiama will be the strength of some of us, and all will be here, Biafra. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you too. I appreciate you too, Mazi. Thank you, and God bless. Okay, we are already at the end of this conversation this morning. You know that I'm supposed to leave 10 minutes before 7 o'clock so that it will give time for the next person to come through. But Radio Biafra is always on for you, so there is no worries. We are always here, we are always available, we are always here to spread the gospel. Therefore, there is absolutely no reason to worry. As we bring this program to an end, the next program continues. But I want to bring this news to you. This here says Southeast. I want to remind you, it says Southeast Nigeria not available for US, French, or any foreign military base. IPOB warns Tinubu government. Now, tomorrow we will have a conversation around this. Perhaps tomorrow we will have a conversation around it. And we know clearly that any country, for instance, you bring French military base into Nigeria, it means you have ceded Nigeria to France. That is what it simply means. It simply means the territorial integrity Nigeria keeps talking about, they have lost it to France. He who protects you is in charge of your life. You must know that. And we'll have a conversation around that tomorrow, hopefully. But today, as we bring this program to an end, look at this news. It says Nigerian bank directors, senior executives, others take 549 billion insider loan in 5 years. Reports. This is why Nigeria can never get better. It doesn't matter whether you say, oh, it's just only the political leaders. Yes, they are the real problem. They make the environment okay for even the bankers, the bank directors, and the rest of them to make this make your life a living hell. Unfortunately, we are at the end of this program. I'm just trying to round up, unfortunately, so I cannot answer any more calls. Now, I want to remind you of the programs of IPOB. Remember that this is a time for our people to invest in agriculture, and you can invest with, capital. Capital is not something that is fixed. You don't have to have 1 million. You don't have to have 500,000. You can start with just the seed in your hands. Just that seed. You put it in the ground. That is enough. And even this is an opportunity for our youths who are unemployed to go and farm for people. Don't charge 10,000, don't charge 20,000, don't charge. Just be very, very economical about, should I say, circumspective about how much you are charging, so that you don't charge people so much just because they want you to help them dig molds for them to plant. You are charging an old man exorbitantly. No, that shouldn't be the case. And also, I want to remind you that this is May and we are going through our history. And you know that this is a time that we honor those who fought and those who made sure that we are here today. Those without them, we would not be here today. So this is the month, and in the spirit of that, we'll be having a special program here on Radio Biafra on January 15. That is tomorrow, Wednesday, January 15. Okay, today, not tomorrow. Excuse me, I got the date wrong. It is 14, January 14, today, by 7:30 p.m. Biafra time. Today, by 7:30 p.m. Biafra time, we will be having BED, that is BED, present series of lectures on Biafra history on Radio Biafra on these following dates. Number one, the first topic will be the Nigerian coup of January 15, 1966. It will be discussed today, Tuesday, 14 of May 2024, and the time will be 7:30 p.m. Biafra time. And then on Thursday, the 16th of May 2024, by 7:30 p.m. Biafra time, we'll also be discussing on the Northern Nigeria Arab secession, that is a coup of July 29, 1966. And then on Saturday, so this you have a very, very busy and should I say, educative, that's the word I was looking for, educative week. On Saturday, 18th of May 2024, we also have a program, and the topic will be genocide of Eastern Nigeria and the mass exodus from Northern and Western Nigeria. So there is no reason why you cannot be part of this, and this will continue until next week, Sunday, the 26th of May 2024. And the host will be Maazi Jonathan Chinedo, and the special guest will be Dr. Louis Okachi. So there is no reason why you cannot be part of this program. Absolutely no reason why you cannot be part of this program. I also want to remind our people that it is time for us to yes, I see. I also want to remind our people that it is time for us to take care of ourselves. Take care of yourself. Nobody will take care of you. You must take care of yourself. If it is time for you to protest, rise up and protest. If it is time for you to sit down, go and sit down. You know what time it is now. You listen to the press release. Do your responsibility. Face your responsibility. And today, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Ndewo no Chineke. Ndewo.
you.